Okay, we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hardwood Homies. We're going live again tonight. This is one of your hosts, Jacob Owens.
And this is your other host, Trenton DeRocher. And first of all, I wanted to say that we've been making a lot of content on YouTube. So if you're interested in checking some of that out, just go to the Hardwood Homies on YouTube. And we'd really appreciate if you would subscribe just so you're in tune with our stuff and get notifications and all that. So, yeah.
I guess let's start with what we almost were just talking about. The end. This was probably the biggest event that even non-basketball fans knew about over the weekend. On Sunday, there was a bit of an incident at the Michigan-Wisconsin game.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, there's about 15 seconds left. And Wisconsin's up 15. Michigan starts full court pressing. Wisconsin has their backups in. They don't like it. They call timeout. And Michigan didn't like that they were calling timeouts with that little time left in the game. They kind of just want it to be over, which begs the question, why were they still pressing? But anyway, Michigan took offense to it. They're going through the shaking hands line. What do you call that?
Just a handshake after the game.
Yeah, they were just shaking hands after the game gets over. And the Wisconsin coach, Greg Gard, he kind of grabbed Juwan Howard, Michigan coach.
Yeah, Howard said, "I won't forget that," or "I won't effing forget that." And then I don't know if he did. I think there was some profanity in the video. But he pretty much said, "I won't forget that." And then
So then anyway, the Wisconsin coach grabs his grabs him by the collar, shirt, whatever.
Yeah.
And kind of pulls him in. They start having some words. Pretty soon, there's, both benches are coming over. Everyone's kind of huddled in. Some shoves, some
punches,
some fists are flying. Punches. And then, out of the woodwork comes Juwan Howard, open palm slap right to the assistant coach for Wisconsin.
Like his forehead, kind of. Yeah, it's just his head. He kind of slapped at it. And then Howard ended up getting suspended the final 5 regular season games, $40,000 fine, and Gard. And some of the players who threw a punch got suspended. And Gard for Wisconsin, he got fined $10,000. What did you make of it all? I guess people were taking sides pretty much online. So
I don't really disagree with the punishment for anyone. I'd say it's fairly close to what I think should have happened.
In the situation, I guess, what did you think? Because it became
situation, I take Wisconsin's side in terms of the fight. I think that it's ridiculous for Michigan to care so much that Wisconsin's still coaching the game when they're still trying to press and keep the game going too.
Really? Okay.
Why is it up to Wisconsin to give up coaching with the last 15 seconds left?
Well, I actually take the side of Michigan, but not in the terms of a fight. I don't think you fight. Obviously, for Howard, I think he should have been suspended. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is, and I don't even care, you know what, they want to press, so they're going to call a timeout, all that. I don't really care about it. What got me is Howard wants to say something, so he's going to talk, but Gard decides to grab him. And once he does that, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Do I think it should have led to a scrum? No. But I do think Gard got off with something. I think he should have been suspended a bit, because if he doesn't grab him, and you usually
but once you start talking about suspending guys just for grabbing someone's shirt, that's
grabbing him when
ridiculous.
He's shaking his hand. Yeah, I would suspend. He pretty much caused a fight. So
I'd say Howard started the fight by talking a bunch of crap. So I guess it goes both ways.
He just said, "I won't forget it," which he shouldn't have said, but he probably meant that. Now he definitely
the way he said it was certainly pretty threatening. And
he was angry. Well, one thing that I really didn't appreciate is you see videos online of people are getting more than just a scrum. You have this Wisconsin coach, pretty much. You've seen the video?
Mm-mm.
He's like, what's a polite way to say it? What's the best way to put it?
I didn't see the video.
He's pumping his hips back
he's doing
and
some
forth.
hip thrusts.
Yeah, he points at him and does that, and he didn't get in trouble or anything. obviously you don't fight over that. I'm not condoning that. I just think, I don't know. I think it was a little more complex than, Howard lost his mind and he can't. Yeah. But anyway, that was the big, story of the weekend.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Kind of weird how it took over. Like, we almost saw it. You might have seen it live. I saw it.
Well, I was watching the game live, and it started kind of getting over, and I walked away and wasn't really paying attention. And pretty soon I looked back, and I was like, "Oh, Jacob, there's a fight going on," because I didn't see what had happened or anything. And I looked, and then pretty soon I saw some players like throwing some big punches, and I was like, "Holy smokes, this is a much bigger fight than I thought it was."
Yeah, usually in basketball, it's
just like they get in their face shoved a couple times. This was a pretty good fight, actually.
That's the takeaway. It was a good fight.
That's the takeaway. It's fun to watch. It was an entertaining fight. I was kind of hoping that Arizona and Oregon would get in a fight the other day.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well, game day, Arizona escaped with a really close win. Oregon played really good. I thought it was I think they looked like they were going to win. We escaped. But Oregon, if they make it into the tournament, which we don't think they will, most likely.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to say.
If they do, I wouldn't want to play them, but I doubt they get in at this point.
The bubble has been flipping so much lately, though. I mean, teams are going from not in to in, and then they're,
Yeah, let's look at it right now.
Yeah, well, this isn't 100% updated because it hasn't taken into account Tuesday's games yet. But as of right now, the last 4 byes are Miami, North Carolina, Creighton, and San Francisco. The last 4 in are Michigan.
That's big. Their coach is suspended. So.
Indiana, Memphis, San Diego State. And then the first 4 out are SMU, BYU, Oklahoma, and Dayton. And then after that, next 4 out are Florida, Kansas State, Oregon, and St. Bonaventure.
And there's 2 things. 2 of those teams just lost. Indiana just lost to Ohio State, and Oklahoma just got beat bad to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So that's kind of noteworthy.
Yeah, I'd say Oklahoma's on their dying breath.
No, I think they're done too, unless they somehow won the Big 12 tournament, which I don't think so.
Florida lost yesterday too, so they're in tough shape too. The
Well,
Bus Bus got them. Arkansas, Woo Pig Suey.
No, I'm not a big Arkansas guy, but Trenton, you're not even a big Arkansas guy. You like their coach, which he's fine.
I like their players. I like their team.
Oh yeah, Note, and you got some connections.
I got Likes. He's a Miami transfer. Always
that's
a Miami boy.
Not Note, yeah.
I like Note too, though. Okay. I like a lot of their players. They're fun to watch. They play really hard defensively.
Well, that's true.
They're a really good passing team.
Took them a long time to get things going. I don't
know. No, yeah, I agree. I was worried about them for a while, but they've really turned it on late. So
yeah, and it's weird to me that Florida they're probably going to get dropped more now, but they're in next 4 out after they beat this weekend. They beat Auburn by 1 at home. Wasn't the most convincing game late, where they looked like they were trying to pretty much figure out how they could turn it over at the last minute. But,
I'm a little surprised they're as low as they are too.
Yeah,
they were 17-7 going into the game, about 500 in the SEC, which I think the SEC is a really good conference. So.
Yeah.
But I know they won a tournament early. They won something on a Tyree Appleby for Florida hit a buzzer beater to win one of those opening tournaments. I don't remember who it was against, but they won some tournament, so I assume they beat a couple good teams. But maybe they have some really bad losses that I'm not sure of.
Yeah, they must. I don't. But also Auburn, after that loss, they've lost they haven't been blown out at all, but they lost another close game, and I think they just dropped a 3.
Right.
Which people are kind of angry about that, and I don't. They're a good team, whatever, but I definitely don't want to hear their fans saying, I don't want to. This season, you can't argue. They're not being fair to us in the polls or anything. They're getting big benefit of the doubt. I don't think most teams would get after losing like 2 in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
they've been struggling a bit. I thought that they were a little overrated for a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're a serious top seed. I think they're more of a 2 or a 3 seed team than they are at 1.
Yeah, it's weird because their best. Well, would you say Jabari Smith is their best player?
Yeah, Kessler's really good too.
Actually, yeah, Kessler's really
They both are really good.
like Smith is a freshman. He's a 5-star.
He has more upside.
And he's a lottery pick. And the weird thing about him is their last possession Saturday, and this has happened before, where he didn't take the shot, and it didn't look like there was ever the plan for him to take the shot. Mm-hmm. But I've seen him hit a lot of clutch threes when they're down late, and it looks like they're out of it. So I don't get why they don't go to him. Well, I don't get that at all.
They went with the guy that took
Green, but I don't
Green, Wendell Green. Yeah, I think he's like their sixth man even, but he's kind of a good scorer. But I'm surprised I'm surprised they didn't go with KD Johnson. He's been the guy that kind of closes for him late. He attacks the basket really well. And in that situation, when you're down 1 and just need a 2, I'd give it to him, run him off a screen, just go downhill. You know they're not going to want to foul and give up free throws, so just finish at the rim. But, it was a really bad possession.
Oh, really bad.
It was almost as bad as the Oregon possession against Arizona.
Yeah, you had in the Auburn game, he pretty much was dribbling out the clock, and then he decided to throw it down low, and it was pretty much a turnover, but the clock expired.
Yeah, they didn't get a shot off at all, turned it over.
And then Oregon, the guy decided, so he had Koloko, a 7-footer on him, so he decided they were down 3, they need a 3, so he drives, takes a mid-range shot, but doesn't even get it off?
Blocked.
It got blocked.
I think he did get it off, but it wouldn't have mattered because it was a 2 and they needed 3. So.
Very, very head scratching possessions.
I think that the Oregon guy's intent was I'll dribble in and I'll be able to kick it out somewhere.
Not good.
But obviously Arizona's trained to think, well, we can give up a 2. We're not stepping off to help. So he had nowhere to pass it and had to just throw it out.
Yeah, Lloyd, Arizona's coach, actually said they were going to foul, except when they had Koloko on him. And I guess
just had Koloko run him off the 3-point line, said, hey, you're long. He's not going to be able to get a shot up over you if you block, the
and then he played
line.
Into it. He could have played it better against Koloko too. But, Auburn, one thing with them is they know how – and they've lost a few close games. So they're one of those teams that really knows how to win. I was telling you this. They know how to win close games, which is really –
oh, yeah, there's something to be
useful.
Said about that.
Like, I want to call it a skill, but I don't know what you even attribute it to. But there's some teams that win the close ones and some teams that always lose the heartbreakers. And Auburn's definitely they're going to win those most of the time. So even if they're not a 1, they're dangerous for sure. That's obvious by the ranking.
Another thing that stands out to me on this bubble list that we were looking at here is San Francisco. They've got an opportunity to really cement themselves in. They play at home against Gonzaga on Saturday, right?
No,
it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, Gonzaga has a really bad week, actually. They play at St. Mary's Saturday.
Yeah.
So they have if Gonzaga's going to lose, I think it's this week.
Right.
But that's a good point because their last 4 byes, they've had a really good season, but they're still on the edge.
They're right there. I mean, if they win this one, they're probably going to be in no matter what, I would think.
If they lose, maybe they drop the last 4 in, which means for people that don't know, the way they have it is last 4 byes is kind of self-explanatory, but last 4 in, they added 2 games they play before the official tournament starts. And what seeds are they?
I think there's 2 12s and 2 11s.
Yep. So 2 12s and 2 11s play, and that's their way. They added more teams by adding that a few years ago. And last year, UCLA was one of those teams, and they made a run. Mm-hmm. So it's not like
there's been a couple teams that have made it from the first 4 to the final 4.
Yeah.
You look at the VCU team with Shaka Smart.
Oh yeah.
They made it from rags to riches, if you will.
I like that. Yeah. No, so it's that's what it is, and it's worth keeping track of. And you have a lot of big names there this year. You have if it started today in Lenardi.
Yeah, looking at today, Michigan would play Memphis in the 11 seed game, and Indiana would play San Diego State if it was today.
Another West Coast team, and 2 Michigan and Memphis. I thought they were like dark horses early on.
Yeah,
now they're going to make it. Maybe.
I don't think Memphis is going to make it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they may not.
I'm surprised they're still where they're at after getting blown out by SMU last week.
Yeah, I know, and SMU's even lower. Their first 4 out. So.
I see that, yeah. I guess there's something to be – they beat Houston. I mean, it's a good win. But Houston's been losing to everyone lately. So.
And go for anyone who's live, feel free to shoot a question. We, we like answering those. We had a lot of fun with them. I think the first time we went live especially, but let's look at the rest of the bracket actually, because we figured we haven't done this in a bit. We're getting less than 3 weeks from Selection Sunday, so we may as well go over it with everyone again.
Yeah. What do you think about the Mountain West? That's a conference that have just been.
They're having a really good season. I'm trying to.
They've got 4 teams in right now.
Just 4? I thought they might even have 5. No, they're
4. They've got Colorado State, Wyoming, Boise State, and then San Diego State was in the last.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have none of their seeds are that good. They got
a bunch of 8s and 9s.
Wyoming's a 9, Colorado State's an 8. Is
Wyoming a 9 now? Oh yeah, they lost, didn't they? That's right.
They did. You were happy about because Miami kind of that bubble watch. You guys are on the bubble too, so I don't blame that.
We won yesterday, so I think we'll probably be back inside the last 4 buys. So hopefully
you guys are in good shape unless you do something crazy.
Yeah, we'd probably have to lose. Definitely 2 more games, probably 3.
They're right now, I guess, just for reference, in the East, in the West, Gonzaga's a 1, in Texas, Tech's a 2, in the South, Arizona's a 1, and Baylor's a 2, and out East, you got Auburn at 1, Purdue at 2, Midwest, Kansas at 1, and Kentucky's at 2. One thing from that, you have Gonzaga. If that happened, they would end up with Texas Tech as a 2, which I think they're probably the best 2 seed of. I actually know you have Kentucky too, yeah, but they're one of the best because. Did you see the tweet I told you about this earlier against? The committee for March Madness came out with a list of the top 16 teams if the tournament started today, and I'll read that in a bit, but. Another graphic that came out was of those 16 teams, which team has the most wins against those other top squads? And Texas Tech had 6, and the next closest team were a few teams with 3.
Really?
It was very impressive. And I remember, didn't you pick them for the Final Four?
Yeah.
That one night? That was a good pick. The more when I saw that, I was like, geez, they're like some stats, you can't hide how good a team is, and that was one of them. So, I don't know. I just found that really interesting. But
one team that I'm seeing that's popping up is Iowa. They've been quietly playing really well. I was going to say,
I know nothing about Iowa.
They've quietly been playing really well lately. They just blew out Michigan State yesterday, and they've won. I don't know. It just feels like every time I look at them, they've been winning. But they're up to a 7 seed, and right now, I would guess that they're probably a 6 now in
Fair.
After that win. So just a team to maybe watch. We haven't talked about them since real early in the year when we talked Keegan Murray. They've just kind of quietly been sitting right around the 6-7 seed mark, and I just thought I'd give them a little shout out because they had a big win. So
I like that little shout out. That was nice thing to do for them. But no, I agree with you. I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah, they're a really forgettable team. They're just right middle road in the Big Ten. They just kind of beat who they should, and they
getting the job done enough, I guess.
Yeah.
We got a question here. I'll let you answer first, but do you think Baylor will make a serious run during March? I like that question. It's a tough question.
It is
could
really
go one
tough
of two
question.
ways.
But. My heart says no, but I also last year didn't really expect them to be a championship team. So maybe I don't know. Scott Drew's always got them ready for March, it seems like. So it's hard to pick against them, but I just don't know if they have the guard depth that they had last year or they don't have the quality they had last year. So I could see them bowing out early, or I could see them making a run, but I don't think they make a serious run. I would lean more towards, Sweet 16 for them.
Really? Okay.
That's my prediction.
They were one of I kind of did a cop out the first time we went live. I was like, them or Duke. One of them, I think, will make the tournament, even though they haven't looked as good.
We'll make the tournament.
No, sorry. We'll make the Final Four.
I would guess Baylor or Duke. I bet you they both make the tournament.
Oh, that's a smart guess, but even if they lose out. No, but yeah, so I think they'd both make the No, I thought one of them would make the Final Four. I'm so
Mhm.
confused after the tournament comment I made. But anyway,
Yeah.
the Baylor question is interesting. They have a really big game that I think I might judge kind of my answer to that based on. They play at home against Kansas this weekend. It's on Saturday. They're both top 10. Kansas is 5, Baylor's 10. And I think I'll tune into that game especially because this is sometimes teams that like were good all year and then they make a big run. You'll start to see them flip a switch here. And that's big for also who wins the regular season of the Big 12. So I'll watch that. And if Baylor looks good, I would pick them to go far. I don't think they're going to win the whole thing again, but I mean, that doesn't mean they don't make a run. So,
Yeah. No, I can agree with that.
Providence game going on. Yes, I saw this.
I haven't seen that.
They were tied with Xavier with 4 minutes to go. I think it was 60-60. But we're not. The game we have on is LSU at Kentucky.
I could probably put that on real quick though.
Yeah, we actually might see it at the very conclusion of the game. And actually, let's scoot this back if we can. I don't want to knock off your laptop, but is your laptop good?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yep,
Okay.
we're all good.
Because then the camera.
Yeah, no, I'll put that game on.
I'll scoot over.
Another thing of note is that we just had the Duke game on. They just had a pretty good win over Virginia on the road. So Duke's kind of.
Did they pull it out?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, it was
a
on
close
but
game.
I wasn't, yeah. Okay, I think that was on ESPN too.
Was it?
They knew it was going to be a good game. So.
Do you know which channel the Providence game's on? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Big East is kind of weird, to be honest.
I kind of just assumed it was going to be on Fox.
That's
Sports,
what
it usually is, but I didn't see it on there. So anyway,
let me just look it up.
We could talk a little UConn. They had a big win.
Yeah, let's stay in the Big East. I'm looking up Providence, but yeah, you saw the full thing. I saw the end of it last night. UConn,
Right.
Versus Villanova. Yeah, quite the game actually. What did you think of it? I guess you got more of a read on it than me. It felt like.
I thought it was one of the better basketball games I've seen this year. I think that people are going to be quick to say that the ending was bad, so they're going to throw out the result. But I don't know. People didn't like the jump ball call at the end, but both teams looked really good to me. I think that the Big East tournament is going to be super exciting, and I think that about most of the conference tournaments. I think there's a lot of parity this year in almost all the conferences, and I think that there's a handful of teams that could win every single one of them.
You were telling me that you think the tournaments will be, and yeah, I agree with you. I didn't see a ton, but I mean, it was an impressive win. I don't know. UConn's a weird team because I haven't seen them play much, but they're one of those teams that I think due to my own, just me not watching, I'll undersell them in my bracket. But I'll pay close attention to who they play because it's not easy to beat Villanova by any means.
No.
And their coach was ejected for half the game.
Mm-hmm. So one of the worst calls I've ever seen, by the way.
What happened exactly?
So I saw it on Twitter first because I didn't have the game on. It was the first half. And
I'm just moving the camera.
So, anyway, I was thinking, man, there's no way that's the call. It's got to be, something bigger than what it was. But come to find out, I watch it back, and it's just horrible. Anyway, he's kind of talking to the refs a long time. He's complaining, and they give him a technical. So he, maybe 30 seconds later, he's still kind of upset, but he's gotten over it. And he just looks to the crowd, and he starts just kind of pumping him up like, let's all get back in this thing. Let's get it amped up again. And they just tee him up again and throw him out.
Second technical, yeah.
They think, ejected. I mean, I don't know. I think that it was a lack of composure by the ref. I think that he took it as
like an ego thing.
Yeah. I think that he just wanted to, be the guy to, I don't know. He wanted to make it all about him is what I thought. I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it either. I just realized today that what had happened is I didn't know he got teed up the first time for a while. I thought it was just randomly ejected him for that, but it was after he got a technical. And I can see there's a world where he gets a technical, and the next thing you know, he's pumping up the crowd. It's like, okay, that would be annoying, but you don't toss a coach for doing that.
No, in the biggest game
of probably UConn's season so far.
Probably the biggest game of the Big East so far this year. Well, Providence.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. Cool They're all big games right now.
Yeah. Oh, and the Providence game, they were down 3 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Let's check. They're still down 3. And Xavier is actually a team that's not been playing well lately, but it's not a shock.
They've been struggling.
I don't think it's a shock they would win.
No,
they're a good team. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, Providence, they've had a lot of close calls, actually. Seton Hall. DePaul is who I'm thinking.
You want to talk about a team that earlier in the year has known how to win games. Holy smokes. We were talking Auburn knowing how to win. Providence really knew how to win for a while. They end up losing to Villanova, but their comeback against DePaul and all, they had all sorts of close games that they were able to sneak away.
The DePaul team that's not good either. It's not. It wouldn't be.
They're a weird team. I talked about this the other day. I think DePaul is probably the weirdest team in college basketball, just because
they're in the major conference.
They're a major conference team, and I would say like maybe 60-70% of college basketball fans maybe have never even heard of it.
Yeah, no.
Does that seem crazy? I don't know.
I didn't think much of it. I was like, what are you talking about? But then when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, you kind of have a point.
It's a weird thing. It's like a major conference team, but it just doesn't even
no name recognition.
Feels like a fake school. Feels like
that's what you said.
It feels like a fake school to me.
I kind of I feel that. And before I forget, let me read this just so people know. So the committee that will decide the teams in the bracket, as well as their seedings, they just came out Sunday. We already talked about it, the top 16 teams. So I'll just read off who they are. So the top 4 teams, Gonzaga, Auburn, Arizona, Kansas, and this is all in order. So those are the ones, but that's the number 1, et cetera. Then you have 2s, Baylor, Kentucky, Purdue, Duke. 3s, Villanova, Texas Tech, Tennessee, Illinois. And the 4s, they have Wisconsin, UCLA, Providence, and Texas. I kind of like this sounds weird, but there's a lot of geographic diversity. There's a good west-east balance, and it's not it's not all dominated by the ACC or.
It is different to see the Pac-12 getting some teams actually towards the top of the conference, because they had a good year last year, but they didn't have any teams that were top 4 seeds.
And this year they have, I guess USC's not in there, but they have 2 top 4s, but then they might only get 3 teams in the tournament.
Right. Yeah. Very, very top heavy conference for sure.
Very top. Kind of disappointing to see. You kind of want them to have a better season and say, look how good we did. Now we're going to get more teams in, but it hasn't worked out like that. Any opinions about player of the year?
Sheboy.
Sheboy?
No, I think Sheboy will get it almost certainly. Just, I don't know. His stats have been monstrous all year. Kentucky's starting to round into shape. They're going to be a 2 or a 1 seed. And when you're the best player on one of the best teams, your chances are pretty good. So that's true. I think Sheboy's going to win it.
He's the star center for Kentucky. And he's averaging, I don't know, something crazy like over 15 points and rebounds a game.
Yeah.
I
know it. I mean, Kofi's going to be up there.
Kofi, they throw from Illinois, their center. They throw around Johnny Davis from Wisconsin.
A lot of good Big Ten players this year.
There are, because you also have, he's not really in that conversation, but you have guys from Purdue,
Ivy, and then you've got Dickinson from Michigan, who they've been struggling, but he's still a great player. Yeah.
I don't know. The player of the year is tough because I don't feel like I see them enough to be making that. But statistically, Sheboy's probably the guy.
Well, if you're going straight off stats, it's probably Kofi, honestly.
What is he? Is he averaging even more than 15 rebounds?
I think. Well, I don't know if he's averaging more than 15, but he's definitely averaging more points.
Yeah.
I'd say I want to say he's averaging 22 to 24 a game, and then probably 12 to 14 rebounds.
Double stuff. Yeah. No, and that's the thing. I'm biased against him because the one game I saw him against my team, he didn't play the best, but he still played fine, and he was shut down. But he still
probably his worst game of the year, and he still had 18 and
probably a
10
double
or
double
something. I don't
close.
know.
Yeah. So I would agree with you. I don't know. It's player of the year is tough because it's also you have to be on a good team. Davis is really good, but I don't think Wisconsin, he's not so good that he can compensate for Wisconsin not being a, top 5 team, I don't think. Illinois, well, Kofi, they're a top 15 team, and he's up there.
Yeah, well, we said there are 3 seeds, so.
Yeah, I think there were 15 in the AP poll. So, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. Shibwe, he's actually a transfer too, which is kind of cool. You can transfer to a place and then win player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Probably inspires more players to transfer.
I'll say it again, though. Cameron McGusty for Miami deserves a lot more credit than what he's getting because he's not even on most of the ACC first team lists, and he's averaging like 18 a game on 50% shooting, and he's, I think, third or so in the conference in steals per game, and he averages like 7 rebounds. So I don't know. He's not getting a whole lot of credit.
Even comparing him to Mathurin and stuff, he has really good stats.
Yeah,
it's not like just.
I know I'm a Miami fan, but I don't know. We don't get a whole lot of respect from any category this year, honestly. But
he's your best player.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay. No, I'm glad you brought him up because you brought him up the other weekend, and I kind of in my head was like, okay, yeah, he's your guy, but then the stats don't lie there either. So
no, he's been playing really, really well. He's been really, really efficient, I guess is the best way to describe him. It's not like his stats are like monstrous or anything, but to average 18 a game on, shooting as good a percentage as he does, it's pretty impressive.
And I don't know. Do you have any big? Do you think there's anything dramatic that's going to happen in any of the conference races or anything coming up? They're they only have a few weeks left. It's not like a lot can change. So I don't know. I'm just. Some of the conferences are closer than others. I think SEC got closer.
Yeah, it has gotten closer. I just don't think that Auburn has the schedule to give it away.
Yeah.
As good as the teams below them have been doing, I don't think that they're going to be able to pass them because they're just too far behind right now. What does Auburn have? Just the 1 conference loss, or do they have 2?
I believe they have 2.
Oh, yeah, 2. They lost to Florida and Arkansas.
And then
I'd love to say that Arkansas could catch them, but I think they're just too far behind. I think they're still down 2 games.
Yeah. And also you have so I kind of thought that too. There's a few conferences where it's close, but like the Big 12, I don't think anything's going to change. The Pac-12, I don't, unless Arizona lays an egg the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if SEC this will change, but Auburn this weekend goes to Tennessee.
That's tough.
Which not easy. And then you have, and this isn't easy either, but Kentucky goes to Arkansas. If Kentucky wins at Arkansas and Auburn loses, I'm not sure where
That's going to be such a good game. Kentucky, Arkansas is going to be an amazing game, I bet you.
Oh, yeah. I bet it will be. This is one of the better weekends for games I've seen since early on.
Mm-hmm.
So and across all conferences, you have SEC, Big 12, even some Big 10 games.
I don't know exactly what some of the records are. Do you happen to have any of that stuff? I'm not sure. Who's in terms of Big 10, isn't it really close at the top?
The top, it's fairly close.
I'm pretty sure the Big 10's really close, isn't it? I think Wisconsin has a share of it right now or something, don't they, with Illinois?
I'll check. Well, Purdue's up there too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea.
That's actually a good point. I kind of get you have the SEC and the Big 12.
I'd say the Big 10 has the biggest chance of varying, probably.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Of all of them. Because
you have Purdue at the top. Purdue has just a win over Wisconsin. They're 13
so they're
a
half game up.
Yep. And then Illinois, 12-4 like Wisconsin. So, those 3.
Yeah, so there's 3 games with 3 teams within a half game.
Well, and then Ohio State at 10-5, only 1 more loss. So, that's – I don't know. It is close. I don't know. I don't really see it changing much. I was just curious. I think when we get to the conference tournament, that's where it's more interesting because you who wins that, you get in.
I would say Purdue's probably got that.
Probably
Dang near one. I know they beat Illinois head-to-head
twice,
already.
I think.
Definitely once. Maybe it was twice.
I think they.
I remember one of them. They kind of beat him up a little bit.
Okay, yeah, and then I want to say they
Especially in the
played on
second
MLK Day,
Hmm.
and it was a thriller, but Illinois lost.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I think that is good. I was ignoring the Big Ten when they're the one that actually.
It's probably the closest to.
Yeah, if something's
some
going to
man.
change, it's there. Okay.
We've got a question on Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
That's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. You can. There's like, what is it? A 3-horse race, maybe.
Maybe.
Cooley from Providence.
Mark
Adams.
Texas
Tech.
Mark Adams, Texas Tech, and then Lloyd.
But just be honest, Lloyd has better players than both of those schools in terms of like NBA talent, I think. So that hurts him. Like Providence especially. I don't even know if they have like an NBA draft pick on that roster right now.
No.
And they're such a good team. They're ranked top 15 in the country. They might have lost tonight, but I don't know. Adams
I'd say Providence is probably number 1 right now, and then I'd say Lloyd's probably 2.
Lloyd, okay. Adams, yeah, I don't know. I got really angry about something I saw.
Some good stuff.
A good program.
Really good program and really good talent too, because they have a lot of talent.
Yeah. What's this other NBA? Always NBA. That's fine. All-Star break.
NBA post All-Star break.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, after, yeah.
Oh,
big. Chris Paul, 6 to 8 weeks. He's out. Probably going to miss the rest of the regular season with a wrist injury, I believe.
My NBA knowledge has really fallen behind this year.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Curry got some confidence back a little bit in the All-Star game. He made 16 threes. So, I don't know, maybe he turns it around. But he'd really been struggling.
Yeah, we don't really watch the All-Star game. I can speak for myself here. It's a thumb injury for Chris Paul.
I can tell you that the dunk contest was terrible.
Yeah, people really hated that.
The last couple of years, the dunk contest has just been brutal.
They don't really play defense, which I guess it's like supposed to be a break. So I don't know. You have mixed feelings about that.
Better than the Pro Bowl.
You don't like that, yeah.
The Pro Bowl is like, oh, man.
You want
be like watching basketball without dribbling.
I know. We got in an argument about it, but I don't. Yeah. I don't know. It's not all of the
Jacob doesn't like contact. He's kind of he'd rather play flag football out there.
Probably would. Keep my brain safe. But yeah, no, that's kind of the big. Well, okay, we have a commenter saying Paul will get to be fresh for the finals. Actually,
that's exactly right.
I was gonna slander that, but maybe you're actually right because I'm sure he's going to stay in shape. It's something on it. It's a thumb injury. So
he'll be really fresh for the finals. He'll be sitting on the bench watching the Warriors win.
I don't know.
Not on the bench. I mean, on the couch.
This is a concern, though. He's really vital to them. Do the Suns start losing? Do they give up the 1 seed in the West and fall to like 3 or something? I don't know, but it's possible if you miss the rest of the regular season starting point guard, like – if they stay at 1, yeah, I would have that attitude.
As long as the Lakers don't win, I don't care who wins.
I don't think the Lakers are going to win.
I don't think they will either, but as long as they don't, happy NBA season.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, anything else we should add? We're kind of getting to the end.
March is upon us. Close.
Yeah,
March is almost upon us.
Just wait a little bit more.
I'm getting so excited.
We were talking about it the other day. It'll be fun.
I've been watching the March Madness One Shining Moment videos recently.
And now it makes more sense because it's not like November and you're watching.
I know. Highlights from past tournaments. And I don't know. I've been getting pretty amped.
Yeah. Oh, we have the Suns fan. I should just say it's my brother in the chat. He's saying – the Warriors
suck. He says the Warriors suck.
The Suns, the declaration is the Suns would have to go below 500 to lose the 1 seed. I'm guessing that's just kind of your guess, but I believe that you track it a lot more than us. So there you go. Maybe it is going to be a blessing in disguise, or maybe Paul comes back and he gets injured in the playoffs again. I don't wish it on the guy.
Putting some voodoo on poor Chris Paul.
I don't need to put voodoo. It's already out there. Yeah, wish him the best. Let's end it there. There's nothing more. There's nothing more to say. I don't know. Get well, Chris Paul. Good night, everyone. And you can end it.
Did you end that?
No, I don't even know. I can't see them. There we go. And